Greetings, YouTube. The Doctor is in. Dr. Urias Papers here, coming at you with another commentary on Dungeons & Dragons. And today on the Doctor's Spell Prognosis, we're talking about the spell Giant Insect. We're giving this a B-. But first, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, hit the like button. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave a question or comment. So I was on the fence about this one, on whether I was going to give this one a C+ or not. I've got reasons. We're going to go over those. I'm giving it a B-. It's kind of borderline between the two. So it is a 4th level spell. It takes 1 action. It has a range of 30 feet, which is not a great range. Verbal and somatic components. It is a concentration spell that lasts for 10 minutes or until the thing that you transform gets killed. And it is only usable by druids. Now, we have already gone through some druid spells for 4th level. So what I want to remind everybody, one of the big factors that I'm put into my ratings, particularly with this one, is a 7th level druid has the ability to cast a single 4th level spell. And that druid also can prepare a number of spells. So you prepare a list of druid spells available to you, choosing from the druid spell list. When you do so, choose a number of druid spells equal to your wisdom modifier plus your druid level. So these spells must be of a level which you have spell slots. So a 7th level druid probably has an 18, which means they're going to have 11 spells that they can prepare. And they got 1 slot. Is Giant Insect going to be the one? Probably not. Blight? Better. Charm Monster? Better. Confusion? Better. Conjure Woodland Beings? Or better. Minor Elements? Not so much. Control Water? Maybe. Dominate Beast? Maybe. Elemental Bane? Could be better. Giant, we've gone over everything. We haven't gotten down here, but there are spells in this list down all the way here that are better than Giant Insect. Personally, I don't feel like this is a 4th level spell. I feel like this has the power level of a 3rd level spell, but it was in previous versions of Dungeons & Dragons, and I think they just felt they needed to bring it over, and it was a 4th level spell there. So they brought it over, and they tried to kind of fit it into that mold as best they could. So you transform up to 10 centipedes, 3 giants, 3 spiders, 5 wasps, or 1 scorpion within range into a giant version of their natural form for the duration. Centipede becomes a giant centipede. A spider becomes a giant spider. Wasp becomes a giant wasp. Scorpion becomes a giant scorpion. Each creature obeys your verbal commands, and in combat they act on your turn. So there's no actions there. The GM has their statistics for these creatures and resolves their actions and movements. So you tell it what to do, and then the GM is supposed to resolve the thing. But you can control it. I don't want that burden on me as a DM. A creature remains in its giant size for the duration until it drops to 0 or until you use an action to dismiss the effect. And then there's a sentence that's flavor. Essentially, you could pick a different arthropod. That's what I'm going to call them, because they're arthropods, because centipedes, spiders, and scorpions are not insects. They're something else. They're not insects, so they're arthropods. All of them are arthropods. So you could transform a bee, and it would have the same statistics as a giant wasp. And that's just flavor. That's all that is. Now, let's look at each one of these. So giant centipede is the first one, and we can summon 10 of these. They're small. They each have 4 hit points. They have blind sight, which is okay. They have a +4 to hit. Not great. Not bad. And their challenge rating quarters. And they have a proficiency bonus of +2, and their dex bonus is +2, so that's why they have a +4 to hit. I really wish the to-hit bonuses were a little bit better for creatures. That +4 is pretty high for something that has a challenge rating of a quarter. And then it gets 1 attack, which is a bite attack. It does a little bit of damage. It has a saving throw that they have to succeed on, or they take damage. It doesn't say half damage, so my interpretation of that is if they pass, they don't take any damage. If the poison reduces them to 0, the target is stable but poisoned for an hour, even after regaining hit points. But that's a DC 11 Constitution saving throw. At this level, when a Druid is casting that and they're 7th level or higher, most things are going to be able to save against that. Okay, second one is 5 Wasps. So let's look at Giant Wasps. So we got to fly. They've got 13 hit points. Challenge rating a half. They get a single sting attack, which is a +4 to hit. It does some damage. Again, it's a DC 11 Constitution saving throw. This one does half on a successful save. So you notice the Scorpion, not the Scorpion, but the Centipede does not do half damage. So the Wasp does half damage. So that's pretty good. You got 5 of them. If they hit, it's going to do, on average, 5 points of damage with its poison, even with the save. So if the poison damages it, and it gets poisoned just like it was, and then it's paralyzed while it's poisoned in this way. So you got 5 of them. At this level, the Scorpions and the Giant Wasps are probably going to get taken out in one hit. So they're an annoyance for a round at this level. Okay, the next giant insect that we have is the giant spiders. So we get 3 giant spiders. Armor class of 14. They got 26 hit points, maybe 2 hits. Maybe 2 hits at this level. They've got blindside of 10 feet. They've got a stealth. That really doesn't matter. They've got spider climb, web sense, and web walker. And they have 2 different kinds of attacks. So they've got a bite attack, which is a +5 to hit. So that's a little bit better. It is a little bit of damage. Again, it's the same Constitution saving throw, half as much on a successful save. And then they're paralyzed if they die from while they're poisoned. Web. They've got a web, which has a recharge of 5 to 6. It has a range of 30, 60, +5 to hit. If they hit, the target is restrained. And then they have to use an action to get unrestrained. It's a really low strength check, but they still have to use an action for that. And then they can attack the webbing as well, the webbing. But that, again, attacking it is an action. Now, this is a pretty good choice. You get 3 of them. All 3 of them can web and then try and restrain something. That's not you doing that. That's those things doing that. You can concentrate on other things. Well, you have to concentrate on this spell, but you can do other things while they're doing that. So that's actually pretty good. That's not bad. Restraining is, like I said, these things probably will take more than 1 hit in a round before they go down. And if they can restrain 1 or more things, that's rounds of things being taken out of combat. So the last thing that we've got is 1 giant scorpion. So 15 armor class, 52 hit points, so it could probably take 3 hits before it's down, maybe 4. Blindside of 60 feet. I don't know why this thing has a proficiency bonus of +2, but it still has a proficiency bonus of +2. It only has a +4 to hit. I don't really understand that, but that's what it is. It is a multi-attack. It gets 3 attacks, 2 claws and a sting. They're all +4 to hit. They do okay damage. If they hit, they're going to do damage, and the target is grappled, which they have to use the escape action to get out. So we could look at that real quick. Escaping. Actions in combat. So attack, dash, help, disengage, ready. Grappling is down here somewhere. Grappling. Escaping. A grapple creature can use its action to escape. Okay? So again, that's a problem for the creature that is grabbed. Oh my God. Druid. Okay, that's a problem for the creature that is grabbed. So you only get 1 of these things, and it's got to hit, and it's only got a +4 to hit. But if it hits, the thing is grappled. Scorpion has 2 claws, each of which can grapple, but it gets 3 attacks, so it's going to get 2 chances to do this. And then it can sting. It does damage. It's a con save that does pretty good poison damage, half as much on a successful, so it's going to be 22 or 11. This, like I said, this thing will take 3, maybe 4 hits before it goes down, and it can engage something and keep it out of combat for a round or 2. So the Scorpion and the Spider are probably your best choices. These are not summoning spells, so you know, they're not really gonna they're not gonna get any benefit from any kind of thing that boosts summoning. They're transmutation spells, you know, but spells can be cast on them to haste them or things like that, you know, so they could be made a little bit better. But, you know, this is a B minus C plus. I don't think this is a 4th level spell. I think this is a 4th level spell. All right, that's what I got for everybody today. I appreciate everybody tuning in, and I will catch everybody later.